Robert Plummer, she said with a fierceness in her voice that was not totally out of character for my Aunt Dee. You absolutely amaze me. The things you say, lies you tell, the things that come out of your mouth. Dear Lord, have mercy, I'm surprised you're not struck dead as you speak. If you call yourself a Christian, you shouldn't tell that to anybody at any time. You should be ashamed of yourself for the things you do to me and to everybody else around you. My Uncle Bob looked over his wire-rimmed glasses, perfectly round wire-rimmed glasses of the old kind, at his wife of 40-some years and said, "Delia, darling, just think how bad I'd be if I wasn't a Christian." She hated to be called Delia. My sisters and brothers, tonight, for a moment think and see the way our God thinks and sees. As night comes on in this place, you and I gather to begin the great three-day festival of the Lamb. But at this time, in other places, Catholic Christians in great number issue forth from their homes to their churches, go forth from their work, stop their routine, and gather just the way we are tonight. In great and magnificent myriad gathering from 1,000 walks of life across this country. In the East Coast alone, an hour later, the Midwest, so on in every time zone. Throughout this evening, thousands and thousands will come to do what we are about to do. Think for a moment what God sees, for it has begun already across the water and in other places. They have already begun to celebrate phase 2. The great washing of the earth has begun again. I stand before you wet with the blood of Christ, and I am so glad I am. And we will proclaim this word, and we will do what we have always done for thousands of years with it, our feeble attempts. Here, churches like it, college campuses, prisons, and institutions, one way or another, we will try to live the word, to wash feet and serve one another, and to be known as lovers. This ragtag army. Think how much worse we'd be if we at least didn't try. But I pause this night because in the middle of this word, there is a striking pause itself. Lord, you will never wash my feet. Tonight, perhaps for the first time, I realize how many times I've said that to him. I never thought I had. I thought I was a good foot washer. Oh, I think I am. But you see, that's the point, isn't it? That's what our Lord was looking at Peter and saying. Peter, if you're really going to be a washer of feet, if you're going to be a servant of the servants of God, if you're going to love the way I love, if you're going to love with a Father's very love, for me as I have my Father's love for you, then I hate to say, you have to let me do it. You can't do it. I must do it in you. For you to wash someone else's feet, I must wash them through you. You see, that's where I begin sometimes, I think, to pause. It is unseemly to think, I sometimes say, in my walk with our Lord, to think that you would do this for me. That you, the Lord of glory, would approach me and want to do for me, to be a servant to me. Let me do this for you. It makes me nervous to think that I would think or presume that God would do these things for me. Who am I to presume it? Who am I to assume it? Who am I to think that the God of God and the Lord of Lords and the light of lights, the true God of true gods, would in fact want to clean me up, serve me? But he does. I walked this morning, got out of bed, fed the dog, put the coffee on, and got a call. The death of one of our sisters, one of our brothers, Roy Beagle, passed away this morning. Rather suddenly, not quite unexpectedly. And as I walked into that hospital room and heard the weeping and the sadness of his family, I thought, here I go again, tangling with the old enemy, walking into this place as if I know what to say. And I heard the Lord say, you don't need to, I do. And he did. You see, that's tonight's secret of service. We have to let him do for us first. Really do for us first. It means that if we've broken the covenant with our spouse or our best friend, or we've broken the baptismal covenant of the integrity of our body or our mind, we have to let him make us clean again. We have to go in him and say, I can't put it back, but I really believe you can. It means that if we're facing troubles at school or at work, or we have a relationship that's grown sour, we can't say, I'll make this better. It means we have to stand before the living God and say, I don't know how to, but I believe you do. And if I ask you, you will come and make it better for me. It means that we allow the Lord to fix in us what is broken, to slay in us what is not love.